Good Friday evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11 Alive Weather Impact Team. It is Friday. We made it. This has been a long week, and now we are heading into a weekend with some changes here as we are going to end this dry pattern that we've been in to a soggier pattern and a colder pattern too. This is going to be a big shift in that pattern. So that's why we have issued an 11 Alive Weather Impact Alert. This alert is not in effect for severe weather or life-threatening weather or anything like that. We are alerting you because it's going to be impactful if you aren't prepared for it, because it is going to be rain that we haven't had in a while, and it's going to be a cold rain that is not going to feel that great if you are not ready for it. So the timeline that we're watching is late Sunday. That's when we're going to see some showers beginning to move in, most likely dinner time and after. Now, it's possible before that we can see a little bit of mist and drizzle developing before the main area of rain comes in, but the main area of rain coming in later on Sunday, and it's going to be just that, rain. It's not going to be anything severe. We're not expecting any thunder and lightning. We're not expecting any storms or wind or anything, or really even any flooding. It's just going to be a good soaking rain that's going to start coming in here beginning on Sunday night, going through Monday. Also, this rain is going to be moving in from the west as a northeasterly flow brings in a shallow layer of cool air at the surface. We also often call that the wedge, or a cold air, or CAD, C-A-D, damming event that could be in our area, and that moisture is going to ride up and over that. So it's going to be a cold rain with high temperatures on Monday, only up to about 59 degrees. So we want you to be prepared. What you need to do this weekend, make sure you have the rain gear ready since we haven't used it in a while, and make sure you have a coat as well, because it is going to be a chilly, cold rain. You'll want to protect yourself from any of that cold rain coming down on you. Here's a look at the satellite and radar imagery. You may have noticed during the day today, especially through the afternoon, late afternoon, now into the evening, we've been seeing clouds that have been building in, and these clouds are not rain producers. They were just blocking out the sun at times earlier or later this afternoon and kind of blocking out the sunset a little bit there. But we're not getting any rain from these clouds, and these clouds are going to hang with us overnight and into early tomorrow morning. We don't see any rain back into Alabama either, but that rain comes into parts of Arkansas, into Oklahoma, and into Texas. Now, you may notice here that line of storms back in Texas where we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect and numerous severe thunderstorm warnings in effect there along that line. You may be wondering, okay, Chris, is that going to move our way? Well, the rain part is, but the severe weather part is not going to be moving into our area, because our air is going to be a lot more stable thanks to that cooler, shallow layer of air that we're going to be having here in our area. So, excuse me, that is going to be the progression of this system to the west that'll be moving our way to give us some of that rain that's going to push in. Here is a live look right now from our tower cam there in DeKalb County, right there on Arizona Avenue. And where you see that, we've got a great view of the skyline of Atlanta. And we have some clouds around. You can kind of see some of those clouds even though it is dark out there at this hour. We're also taking a live look. This is our tower cam. 285 and Georgia 400 there at Northside Hospital. And as you see that, we're looking at the King and Queen building. Some clouds around, no rain here in our area. It's really a nice night, and temperatures a little slower to cool tonight thanks to that cloud cover that's coming in, kind of acting like a blanket. We're not getting full radiational cooling tonight. The cloud cover is kind of inhibiting some of that radiational cooling. Here's a look again over the city of Atlanta, where you can see from our tower cam there at Georgia Tech, looking down on the downtown buildings here. And we're also looking right there at Bobby Dodd Stadium, and that is where the Jackets are going to be playing Syracuse tomorrow. It's going to be a noon game, and Saturday we're not concerned about any rain coming in at all. And now with this being a noon game, a lot of people are going to be tailgating before that. So let's say at 10 o'clock in the morning, it will still be cool out there. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy at times. There'll be a mixture of sunshine and clouds. At kickoff, it's going to be be around 65 degrees, and then during the game moving up to around 71. The hottest part of the day, or the warmest part of the day, is going to be there between 2, 3, 4, and up to 5 o'clock, where we see those warmer temperatures. And again, not as warm as it was today. Today's high was 77 degrees. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit lower at 71. And then we're waiting for even cooler air to come in also on Sunday. And speaking of Sunday, if you're going to be going to the Falcons game, we know for sure that the roof is going to be closed on Sunday, even though that rain is probably going to hold off until later in the day. They still are saying that it's going to be closed. So here's the forecast for your tailgating time before the game on Sunday. Dolphins are going to be here playing the Falcons. 56 at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 59, 61 at noon. And then as folks are going into the dome, they are going to be seeing temperatures that are going to be around 62 degrees there on the outside. Here's a look at the almanac for today. I mentioned we had up to 77 degrees for a high temperature this afternoon. 5 degrees above the average. We should be around 72 for this time of year. Take a look at the low. Average low is 52. We got down to 51 for a low temperature this morning. So we were close to average, maybe just 1 degree cooler than that. And of course, I keep telling you this every night, we need some rain. The rainfall deficit, almost 6 3/4 inches below where we should be in rainfall for the year. This rain that's going to be coming in Sunday into Monday, and then even additional rain coming in next week, is going to help us slow down this drought that we have going on, and it will take away some of the deficit, but we're not going to get 6.5, 6 3/4 inches of rain here, so it's not going to wipe out the deficit. But we hope that at least it's going to be some good soaking rains to help us out a little bit with the drought and to kind of make that deficit not as large. Here's a look at what we were looking at today. That low this morning in the lower 50s, and then this afternoon we topped off in the mid 70s here, mid and upper 70s, again getting up to 77 degrees, and now we're back down to 63 degrees. And you can see that here on the current temperatures, where we're at 63 in town. Lawrenceville is 60, Marietta 61. Most everybody else has already fallen into the 50s. It's 54 in Peachtree City, Carrollton 53, 55 in Covington, and there in Blairsville, the cooler spot with temperatures at 46 degrees. So tomorrow we start off in the 40s. Now it might be a little bit more of a struggle to get down to 48 degrees in the morning, depending on the cloud cover that sticks with us overnight. As I mentioned, that cloud cover can sometimes act like a blanket, holding in some of the warmth of the day and inhibiting any radiational cooling from taking place. So, we think we're going to be at 48, but don't be surprised if we hold in the lower 50s if that cloud cover sticks with us overnight. Then temperatures will be a little slower to rise tomorrow, getting up to the lower 70s at about 71 degrees compared to the 77 that we had today. And you'll notice here there will be times, especially around lunchtime, when we're going to see mostly sunny skies, but then in the afternoon turning partly cloudy again, and Saturday night will also be a partly cloudy night. Now, I want to walk you through the timeline of what we're watching here with this system that's going to be moving in from the west, that same moisture that we were looking at out to the west in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and also into Texas. So tomorrow is actually going to be a good day. This model is showing just a few clouds in the morning, nothing really widespread or overcast. That's why those morning temperatures are a little tricky here for tomorrow morning. At lunchtime, looking mostly sunny. We're still going to have this northeasterly flow, but it's not going to be bringing us really any cloud cover or moisture yet. Going into the afternoon hours, northeasterly flow, but then from the west, we're going to begin to see above that we're going to see the clouds start to increase a little bit more. So late on Saturday, a few more clouds start coming in. Those fill in more during the evening hours, and then Sunday morning, generally mostly cloudy to start the day. But these clouds still on Sunday morning don't have any rain in association with them. Even getting to around noontime, still no rain. Now, what's going to be interesting with this is that even though that main rain shield is still well out to the west of us at lunchtime on Sunday, many times with these easterly flows and the wedge that starts to develop, we could see some mist and drizzle developing ahead of that main line. So don't be surprised on Sunday in the afternoon hours if you see a couple of pockets of mist and drizzle around. But the main system at 5 o'clock on Sunday is going to be knocking on the door here to West Georgia, moving into Cleburne and Randolph County over into Alabama. Birmingham is going to be covered up with rain here by 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, or actually before that. And then this is going to keep pushing our way through the evening hours on Sunday. So just expect it to be wet, most likely sunset and after here in the metro area. And it's going to be light rain, but at times mixing in with some moderate rain. We'll have some pockets there with some heavier rain that'll be pushing in. And as I mentioned, as this moisture moves in, this northeasterly flow at the surface is going to be bringing in that shallow layer of cool air. So that moisture is going to be riding through that shallow layer of colder air. So it's going to feel just kind of miserable if you're out in that rain and the cooler temperatures too. Monday morning, your drive into work most likely is going to be a wet one and also a cold one. We still have the northeasterly flow. We still have that moisture coming in. Mainly light rain is what we're expecting. But as you see here, we've got some oranges and even some reds with some embedded moderate to heavy rain within that rain shield too. Sticking with us still at lunchtime on Monday. And what I want you to know is that even though this main part looks like it's trying to break up through those afternoon hours, we still may have some mist and drizzle lingering behind it here for a while. So just to plan on Monday being a soggy and a cool day, and that's why we have issued that 11 Alive weather impact alert, because this has been a long time since we've had a day like that. Rain chances Sunday at 30%. Monday is the highest rain chance at 70%. Back to a 30% chance on Tuesday, and then Wednesday back up to a 50% chance as we may have another wave of moisture that'll be moving in to give us some additional much needed rain. And the temperatures are going to stay on the cool side going into next week too. Now I do think that Monday's going to be the coolest day, but for the rest of the week we're expecting highs generally in the lower 60s, so staying cool throughout the rest of the period. Take a look at the model comparison. The GFS, the American model, has been the one that's been holding back on rain with this system. It's now starting to come up a little bit. It's now saying about an inch of rain here in the Atlanta area over the next 5 days. The European model has been the one going a little more gangbusters with more rain. They're saying more than an inch here. And look at this, for parts of North Georgia, even seeing 2 to 3 inches of rain. Now, I'm not sure we'll see that much, but I do think in the metro area, we should see around an inch of rain as the system develops and moves on through, and even some lingering showers into next week. Now, I want to talk about Tropical Storm Melissa. This is not going to be good news for the folks down in some of the Caribbean islands, especially for Jamaica, Haiti, potentially the Dominican Republic, and also parts of Cuba and potentially parts of the southern Bahamas. This is a storm that has been really slow to get organized. It encountered restructuring yesterday and today. Now it is better organized, and now we're seeing it strengthening. Winds are now up to 65 miles an hour. In order to be a hurricane, it needs to be 74 miles an hour or greater. That most likely is going to be coming during the day tomorrow. And then Melissa is going to experience some rapid intensification. So this is really a worst case scenario for Jamaica, for Haiti, and somewhat for the Dominican Republic, and also for parts of eastern Cuba. The problem is it's moving very slowly. It's only going to the north at about 2 miles an hour, and then it's going to turn and go to the west. And look at the slow movement with this system. It is going to rapidly intensify over the weekend, not only becoming a hurricane, but also a major hurricane. And since it's hanging out there, it's going to be spinning a lot of rain and moisture into Haiti and over Jamaica here. And that's going to be doing that for days. So still on Monday, we're not going to have a landfall yet. On Tuesday, it's a potential landfall moving over Jamaica. Now, again, we could see this track change a little bit more, but this would be a worst case scenario for Jamaica to have days and days of rain, potentially 15 to 25 inches of rain. And then the strongest winds with hurricane come in along with that. Then it could move up over to Cuba. That would be on Wednesday, and then move closer to the southern Bahamas there on Wednesday afternoon. So the infrastructure there in those islands just can't take that much rain, 15 to 25 inches of rain. We expect to have landslides, mudslides there. as well as flooding rain in those areas too. And this is where we have tropical storm warning in effect and a hurricane watch. In Jamaica, when a hurricane warning is issued, that's when they're going to close the airports there. Well, you can see that the consensus is keeping it there for a while, and then all the models generally show it moving up toward the north and east. Not a direct impact on the United States, but Florida could have some rough surf from that system as it pulls away. But we won't really feel anything from it here in the metro area. 7-day forecast shows really tomorrow is going to be the best day of the next 7 days with highs near 71 with sun mixing in with a few clouds. Then on Sunday, we will see that rain chance increasing later in the day. And then the better chance for rain comes in on Monday. Then heading into Tuesday, slightly lower rain chance, back up to 50% Wednesday, coming back down on Thursday with temperatures holding in the lower 60s next week. Friday looks like a good day. It'll be mostly sunny, but it's going to be chilly with our high temperatures only around 62 degrees in the afternoon, even with that sunshine coming back. So stay with us through the weekend. We're going to have more extended weather updates for you here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7 as we keep you up to date on the timing of this rain as it's moving in and the weather impact alert. So thank you for joining us tonight. We'll have another update for you coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. On 11 Alive as well as 11 Alive Plus and here on Weather Impact 24/7. So we hope you have a great night. Thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend too.